Welcome to Janine Marie Hypnosis, and this is Janine Marie. Join me today in this video where I explain why it's not a good idea to poke too much into the future. I'll see you there. Well, hello everyone. This is Janine Marie of Life Lessons by Janine Marie and Janine Marie Hypnosis. All things healing, teaching, and revealing. How about that? I am so grateful to have you here with me today while we discuss why it's not such a great thing to go into the future or to know too much about the future. Now, there are a couple of reasons why this came up for me and why I want to extend it to you. The first is when I had the Lilac Center for Healing and Enlightenment in California, I think the number one question is, where does my future lie? Okay? Is that relationship going to work out for me? If I make this investment, is it going to be a good one? If I buy this house, and will I be happy there? If I go into a different state, am I going to be successful in that state as compared to, this other? Or, is this going to work out very well for me? Basically, is that person going to love me? Okay, and so some of these things I had to reel people in, and other things, I could maybe field some of it, but, there's a caution there about going too much into the future or, trying to get focused so much about the future that we forget about what's going on now. Now, when we're manifesting and looking forward into our own future, and this is coming from us, and it comes from our thoughts, our feelings, our desires, our words, our actions. We're manifesting something for the future. This is something that we are co-creating with God. That's a different situation. But wanting to know our future so much that we are obsessed with it is something that is not really good. And it came up again when I was reading Dolores Cannon's book, Between Death and Life. And she had one of her clients in hypnosis and in trance, and that client was describing some of the afterlife because, she was speaking through, I don't know if the client was a male or a female, I don't recall, so excuse me for that one. But that person was speaking through higher consciousness, the oversoul, higher self. And there was just a beautiful description of the afterlife and some of the layers of spiritual spaces that we can inhabit after we are not in this body. And one of the cautions that came through is it's not really great to go that far into the future. And the word that was used is it brings disharmony. And, that's the first time I think I'd ever heard it described in disharmony or with the word disharmony. Maybe imbalance, or maybe it could stifle someone's growth, which is true. And, I'll get to that. But I started to think and meditate about this. How could it bring disharmony to know too much about the future? Well, if we knew everything, number one, that was going to happen, there would be no reason to walk through it, right? And excuse me, it's like I have to swallow a lot today. So if we knew how that relationship was going to work out, it really stifles the growth that might happen during the course of going through the relationship or having the relationship end or losing it. And there are growth things that we can go through in both scenarios. So can you imagine, we are here and we are about relationship, but if we knew everything about it before it happened, it really takes us and puts us into a place where we don't grow through that relationship. And if we're here to grow, it really kind of defeats the purpose of being around someone, doesn't it? And it really defeats the purpose to know how that relationship is going to turn out, because there are so many variables that can come into play when it comes to a relationship. It comes, decisions, different personalities, different ways of connecting, things that might happen that might sever a relationship, like the passing of one of them. So, just kind of think that through first and foremost. Also, for a business investment or any type of investment, a new home, a new move, a new business, it really also does the same thing, because when you're going into a business or a new home or a new venture, this is something that is also on your learning curve in this life. If you knew all of the answers, where's the mystery? Where is the learning in it? And where is the harmony and the excitement when something happens and you know that you did something that was absolutely amazing and it really brought it forward, right? Especially a business. So I know firsthand when I come to a point where I'm in business and something fantastic happens and it just feels like this synchronistic, beautiful gift from heaven just drops into my lap, and I think, oh wow, this is what I have been working for, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. It's like a gift that comes at Christmas, right? Or whatever you might celebrate, a birthday gift or just a gift of life. It feels like such a beautiful surprise. And would you really want to unwrap that before the time is right? I think when I was a little girl, one of the things that I used to do, especially at Christmas time, is I would walk in and look under the tree. My mom would do a lot of Christmas shopping, so there was always a lot of stuff under the tree. And I would look at the biggest gift. I'd look through all of it and find the biggest gift. And I'd think, oh, I just really want to know what that is. I just have to know what that is. I never peeked. Honest to goodness, I never peeked. But I have to say, it was tempting. I wanted to know what it was, but I had to wait. And it's in the waiting that really perfects our personality, perfects our patience. It makes a surprise even more amazing. It takes something and brings the value even, closer and bigger for our lives. And, this was a Christmas gift. So, to me as a little girl, it all had a lot of value. I couldn't wait for those surprises. And I know a lot of you can really relate, right? So, when Christmas Day came, the very first thing I opted for was the biggest gift. But that wasn't always the better one. They were all wonderful. But sometimes amazing things come in little packages too. It happens. And it wouldn't have done me any justice to have known what any of them really were, because it would have brought disharmony into that day. I wouldn't have felt that beauty of Christmas morning when we got up to open our presents, and what a surprise all of those beautiful shiny boxes were to me. Or someone who comes into your life and you just really have been wanting a relationship, you've been really manifesting this in your mind, you've been visualizing, and it's just become a part of you, but you've gone on with your life. And you're not obsessed with it. You're not focusing to the point where it stifles the rest of your life. And then all of a sudden, this trail of beautiful synchronicities brings this amazing person into your life. And what a gift that is for that moment in time, and can be a gift for a lifetime if they are a lifetime relationship, right? So, before you go to someone and say, I want to know my future about this. Will this happen in my life? Is this a good investment? Trust yourself. Learn how to trust yourself first and foremost. That's the first thing that came to my mind when it comes to making decisions. Learning to trust yourself is a really big growth experience. And, I think a lot of us grew up in situations where we lose that trust. We lose our trust in other human beings, and therefore we also lose our trust in ourselves. And that needs to be relearned and regained. Trust is earned, whether it's with another person or whether it's with ourselves. So if we want to earn our own trust, we need to be able to get through some of the disappointments and know that we have the strength and the ability and also, what word am I looking for? Just the tenacity to keep going forward, regardless to what gets in our way, regardless to what barriers try to stop us, knowing that we have the strength and we gain that trust through experience. And if we're not allowed to have that experience, if we unwrap the gift too soon and it's not the right timing, then we don't get that opportunity for that growth. See where I'm going here? It's true, right? Isn't this truth? I mean, we really want to know, what if we wanted to know how many years we're going to have in the rest of our life? I mean, I like to put it out there and say, I'm going to live to 109, and people go, oh, why do you want to live that long? Because I want to see all of the wonderful things that happen in this world. And, granted, not everything is wonderful, but everything has value, even the hard things. But what if I knew ahead of time the last day of my life? Would I stifle my growth? Really? Do I really need to know? Would I constantly live in fear of that day? I could see that happening. I think that it's just so important to trust the powers that be, to trust the contract that we came in with, to trust ourselves and the depth of our soul, to trust the fact that we do need the teaching and the learning, and we do need to come here and resolve our karma, and to trust that we're here for a reason and a season and a purpose and a plan. And that's the way it is. And that is an amazing miracle. We are an amazing miracle. This is not an easy life to come into. This is a difficult incarnation onto this planet, especially at different facets of the world's history and probably the world's future. Things are not always going to be easy peasy breezy. Right? So take it from me or anybody, take it to your higher self, take it to God, the source, take it to the great universal consciousness, take it wherever you take it to find your wisdom. It's not all that great to know the future. It really brings imbalance and disharmony into your life. Trust yourself first and foremost in all things, and trust that you have a team of support both here on the planet called, number one, your family. And they may not always seem like they are supportive, but they are here for your teaching, your learning, and for your ability to grow, whether it seems like a good thing or not such a good thing. But you also have a team in spirit, and they are here for you. And if you ask, you will receive the answers that you need along the way, and you will receive the information that you need to get to the next breadcrumb in your life to make the decisions that are good ones for your life. I know we'd all like life to be a breeze, but if it was always a breeze, we would not be in this place or position of strength that we're in now. And there might be a time where that strength is really needed. I know that there are areas of this world right now, there are people that are in humanitarian crisis. It seems like every era has its humanitarian crisis. And we need strength for anything that might come our way. And knowing that it's coming is not going to help us build that strength, and it's not going to help us trust ourselves more. It's not going to help us feel this life. It's not going to help us solve our karmic problems. So, moral of the story, the power of now. I always love that concept. The power of living in this now moment. There is a power in it because we have the option to make powerful decisions for right now. We don't need to worry about yesterday. It's gone. We don't need to be concerned about the future. It's not here yet, not in this linear time frame, right? Not in this body. I'm talking about our human existence, because in quantum field, quantum physics, it's all the same. There really is no time. But in this human experience, the future is not unfolded and the past is gone. We just really have now. So enjoy the breath that you are breathing now. Enjoy the truth that you have in your life now. Enjoy the excitement and the adventure of manifesting in your life now. Isn't that an amazing gift? We have the gift of getting through even the most difficult things in the power of the breath that you have now. And breath is important. We went through a very difficult time when COVID came, barreling across this country just like a wildfire. Breath became something that was very important and very, very highlighted in our lives, wasn't it? Breath has always been important. It's a part of our life. It's a part of our being, just like energy. We can't live without either one of them. And we need some love and some heart. Let's just pour that into our lives too, and into the message. Got to have love, got to have some heart. Keep with that, and keep that with you in the power of now. Don't worry so much about the future, because the future will take care of itself. I think those were Jesus' words. I believe so. Very wise man. So anyway, I hope that your now moment is spectacular. If it isn't, I send my love to you, and I send healing to you. I send that intention to you right now. I'd like your day to unfold the very best that it possibly can. And I will talk to you very soon. Until the next time, I am so loving you from here. And bye-bye.